Right. So let's cut into that con call and listen to Ravi Sood, who's speaking to analysts at this point.
Okay.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Nandita Pakra from Karma Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi. Ravi, about the new models that might be introduced, what's your sense of, how much you're going to spend on R&D internally to do that, maybe in percentage terms or quantum?
You see, there are two parts to your question, which I want to clarify. Number one, the new models which have to come from Honda. Okay? That is one part which I have already clarified that, there are two types of payments as in the past. There will be model fee and there will be royalty. Now the second part is for developing our own R&D. I think you must appreciate, we couldn't have done any work or even approach somebody to on this discussion because we are bound by a licensing arrangement which is still on. Okay, so I think in all fairness, you would have to give us some time to work on this. But I am sure, Nandita, you have all the figures of what competition R&D expenditure is, which varies between 1.4 to 1.7% of their net revenue. I'm not able to comment what our expenditure is likely to do because we got to work, and it's only after we have the definitive agreement we can come back to you and share some figures.
Great. And also on the export front, when can those start?
Anil is here. Anil, would you like to answer?
Yeah, Nandita, Anil Dua here. I look after sales and marketing for Hero Honda. Joined in a little late for the benefit of other people also on the conference call. I'm here now. The exports, the right to exports comes immediately after definitive agreement. So we can start looking at exports territories beyond our current ones immediately in terms of assessing their potential, setting up our distribution channel, and planning to start our distribution and sales there. This, of course, you can imagine will take some physical time once the definitive agreement happens and we start working on this. But we want to move with a lot of speed as soon as we have the rights.
Okay, great. And thank you, and Ravi, please convey my congratulations.
Okay.
To the Munjals. I think this deal is really well done.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. The next question is from the line of Saurav Das from Sundaram Mutual Fund. Please go ahead.
Hello everybody, and thanks for the opportunity. My first question pertains to the agreement. Is there any clause in the agreement which prohibits us from taking on another partner before 2014?
Let me first answer this. First of all, there is no agreement as of now. This is only memorandum.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. Number two, as we said, as of now, we are bound by the terms and conditions of the existing agreement and the MOU, which we have just signed on 16th. So I won't be able to comment much as of now. I think we got to wait till the time we have our definitive agreements.
Right. My next question is on the export markets. Again, are there any prohibition in terms of a particular model not being allowed to export, or the entire product line available to us is ready for exports?
As far as our current existing range is concerned, we are actually free to export it anywhere in the world under our own brand name. And as I already clarified that once the definitive agreement is signed, then we can start really looking at the potential markets. And of course, we've done a lot of homework already, but we can then start doing physical groundwork in some of these markets to get started.
Right. And are we allowed to use the Honda brand name in those markets?
In the current exports markets, there is a transition period like we have in India, and therefore we'll be able to use the joint brand, Hero Honda brand, through the transition period as we plan and as we wish. But in the new exports markets, it will be under our own brand.
Okay.
And apart from the direct cost savings of some of the directors not being there, could you probably walk us through the kind of cost savings that we could see post Honda's departure in terms of procurement of raw materials, procurement of components? We saw that transition take place in the case of TVS Motors. So could you just help us in that, please?
I think one of the biggest cost reduction or the value engineering which we will see over a period of time would be, doing modifications or doing value engineering on some of the components, which will give us savings. Now, as to when it happens, whether it happens in 6 months or it happens in 18 months, that is a call which I think you can leave it to us for the time being. So this is one potential area where, we expect our material costs to come down over a period of time.
Okay. And what would be the kind of quantums? Is it because we can procure it other than from Honda, or is it because we can localize it at a bigger rate, or what would be the reasons that will...
Okay, let me answer it this way, that as far as we are concerned, from our balance sheet, I am sure which you would have analyzed, our import content is very, very negligible. Okay, so there is no question of localization. With this MOU which we have signed, and once we sign the definitive agreement, we will have the flexibility to procure components from anywhere in the world and to take the cost advantage. Because under the existing arrangement, there are there are vendors which are approved by Honda. Okay. Under the new arrangement, I think we have the flexibility either to continue with the existing vendors or to do value engineering and to reduce their cost, or procure components from anywhere else.
But they will be have to be approved by Honda till 2014, or you can procure from anybody, even if...
As far as existing products are concerned,
right.
There is no such issue.
Okay. So then the cost savings can be fairly substantial. Is that a right assumption to make, sir?
Sorry?
The cost savings can be fairly substantial?
I will not like to make any comment on this. Okay. As I said, over the period of time, we are likely to see cost savings in this particular area.
And when would be the model launches in terms of timeline from Honda, sir? The 3 models, or the limited number of models that they're going to transfer.
Okay.
What would be the kind of timeline that we are anticipating for these models to come through?
As you appreciate, model introduction information is always confidential in nature and is a source of competitive advantage for any company. So I'm sure as investors, you will not like us to share this information as to exactly when the new models will be introduced. But I think the good news is that besides our own R&D, besides making modifications on current models.
Okay, those were more minor details.